Hi everyone, welcome to Hedgehog Holtz. As part of our handmade holiday series, today I'm going to be showing you some more items you probably have laying around your craft room from other tutorials that I've done that you can use in your Christmas crafting. So for my handmade holidays, I'm making quite a few different wreaths. I like to decorate ones from the store. I like to create my own, do all sorts of different things. And this particular one is a really fun idea. I saw something on Pinterest. Well, actually I saw 3 different wreaths on Pinterest. And I can amalgamate all of those into a really cute idea. So the first thing we're going to use are tree cookies, and these are the ones, I think these are the artisan ones that we've used in lots of different ways before, so they're super versatile. And all I'm going to do is add some hot glue on the back like this. And I just got a wreath base, so you can see it's just one of those that's covered in twine, and I did that so that it's got that nice rustic appeal. If I want anything you know, next to it, if I do see a little bit, then that's fine. But ideally we want to cover in so that we don't see it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by just zigzagging my patterns. And you can see I'm not using like a ton of glue, just a little bit on the bottom of each. And I'm going from the middle to the outside, middle to the outside. And I'm not going to do the whole thing either. You don't need to do all of it. And for this, I'm trying to pick some of the smaller cookies because we're going to add bigger ones on top to take up more space, and also anything that's a little less on the rustic side. So some of these have more patina than others. I'm trying to use the kind of plainer ones and leave the really interesting ones for the top. Okay, so again, you could paint these, you could spray paint them, you could add a coat of the Thermoweb glitter spray on them. There's lots of different ways you could customize these. These are really pretty ones, so we'll keep those for our top. So anything plain you want to pop on the bottom. You can also get these on Amazon in bulk. I'll add some links up there for you. So you can get them in lots of different ways. Okay. And I'm going to do one more because it doesn't matter if I have any extra on there. Multitasking with adding my glue in. And if you haven't tried this glue, I really love my Linda Lee Fine Point one, but my absolute favorite is this AdTech Drip Plus, and it's the one that I've used ever since they gave it to me at Creativation last year. I did a review on it then, and I still love it now. So it's less drips, less strings. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these ones with the texture on top, and I'm going to be adding those like this, you can see here. So I'm just adding more glue on. I'm adding a reasonable amount of glue. Normally I have the longer glue sticks because just positioning this where I want it. Probably there. And then I'm going to have one more over here. Because what I want to do is on this side, I'm going to add lots of foliage and baubles and those kinds of things. So let's add the rest of these on. Once you're done with that stage, you can see I hold it up to kind of have a look at it and decide really what I want to do. We're going to start adding our foliage and baubles. So again, super inexpensive way to do this. I buy a big branch like this one. And the next thing you're going to want are some wire cutters. And I just go through and try not to knock everything over. I'm going to pop these in here. And if you give it a good clip like that, you can see you get a nice piece of foliage. This whole thing was $9.99 plus it's on sale, so I think it cost me like less than $5, and you can do an entire wreath with just one of those. So really great hack is to buy the really bushy pieces like this, which we're going to pop on something like this, which you'll see in a second, and then just cut them off. A good pair of wire cutters. I like these Lord DIY ones just because they're great for everything from snipping my foliage to snipping dies apart. They're really strong and really easy to use. If you're finding it a little bit tough, you can kind of just go against the wire cutter and you'll find it goes straight through. Try to get through as much of the foliage as you can, so you just get to that wire core, and you'll find that much, much easier. Or if you ask, if some of the stores have a floral counter, they'll often cut them for you as well. So again, you don't necessarily have to do that part yourself. This one is nice because it's all dusted too. And you can see in here, so I'm just going straight to that core. Almost looks like a pipe cleaner in the middle there. And just give it a wiggle. we go. Now, if you saw me do this the other day, you'll see the ones I had were a lot thinner and it was just a lot easier to trim through. So I'm going to go across, I'm going to trim all of these off, and then I'm going to show you how to assemble the end of your wreath. So once you've cut everything off, you're going to have tons and tons of leaves, probably more than you actually need. And one tip I have for you, if you love all of this like snow dusted and glittery, and you don't want it to shed all holiday long, then grab some hairspray, like super cheap Dollar Tree hairspray, and spray it everywhere, all over it, like as though it was the 80s or the 90s and hairspray was going out of style. Just spray it, because that will keep it on and it will stop it shedding. So there's another top tip for you. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start sticking this on, and I'm pretty generous with my glue. We have some high winds and lots of snow here in Ohio, so I'm going to take this, and again, a top tip, if you don't have your silicone end, take the end of your glue gun and use that to press it in, because that's not going to do you any harm. I am working on a Tonic Easy Clean mat just because nothing sticks to it. It's really easy to work on. It's really easy to get your glue off afterwards too. So as I say, I'm pretty generous with my glue. You can also use something like your non-stick scissors. They're a great idea as well. And what I'm doing, you can see I'm laying down my first twig so it just kind of comes onto that wooden piece. Again, just a really simple idea. And this will just scrape off. They have a Teflon coating on them, so my glue will just come off, so don't panic when you see my scissors like that. And then I'm just going to keep just putting some glue down, holding this in, and I'm going to put some glue at this end because this one can be drying as well. And I like to crisscross them too, so they don't all look the same. And what I'm really doing is I'm building my foundation for my next stage. So whilst that one's drying, we can grab another glue stick, pop that in. So just, I kind of keep it going the whole time, so it's always doing something. And I'm going to put some more glue at this end, more at this end. If you like doing floral picks and things, you could totally wire it and do all of that, but I'm all about making it easy, and the easiest way to do this is just by hot gluing it, because we're going to cover everything in anyway with all of our ornaments and our decorations and all the things that we're going to add into this. I'm going to add some more in the middle here. Have this one going across. And I'm going to have one more going that way just to fill in that little bit of a gap. So I'm just going to hold this down. So you just want to make sure your glue solidifies as well. Everything's pressed in place, because one thing we don't want is it falling off when it's on your front door. And these are really nice because they're nice and flexible. They've got wire in them, so they're going to stay exactly where you put them. And you can see I'm going to just pop this one in like this, and it makes a nice little crisscross across our leaves. And again, I'm pretty generous with my hot glue. And then I'm just going to lay it in and hold my two ends, and it'll stick maybe within a minute or so. So that's really easy. Now our next step is I did buy some extra little decorations to add on to our piece here, like these. So I really like these little rose gold pieces, and they're going to stick somewhere in here like this, just so they kind of flick out the ends, and they blend together the metallic with that lovely natural wood. So let's add those in again, just like so. And if you just roll it in your hand, it will roll itself around. We'll pick this open. We'll press it in, just like that. And then I splay it out a little bit so it just kind of all blends together. And you can pop your branches over the top like so. And then we'll do the same in the other end. Great thing about working on these mats is nothing sticks to it. So if you need to, you can, roll all of your glue in and do everything you need to do. Again, I'm going to splay this out just so it sticks out the end. Really, really simple like that. And now we can add our ornaments on. And a great thing for that is just grab yourself a plastic tote like this one. These are really inexpensive ornaments. And these totes are great. You'll notice we use them for all of our videos. They're just an IKEA thing. Nothing special, but they come in 2 different sizes, and They are super useful in the craft room. They take 8.5 by 11. They were one of my findings. It's nothing, you know, sponsored or anything like that. It's just something I love. Again, I'm just going to pop all my ornaments in here because you could imagine trying to do this while you're also gluing down at the same time. So let's just give our ornaments a good shape so they come out the end. Do some opening up like this. So we'll start with a couple of packs and we'll speed this bit up because you don't want to see me just gluing down baubles, but I'll show you how I'm going to start. Again, pop glue on the side of my ornament and then I'm going to lay this inside, and I'm going to start with the biggest ones in the middle, and then I'm going to work as I get towards the outside. You'll notice that I'm going to start putting in some of those smaller ornaments too. So once you're all done, you can see how my arrangement looks. Now you could carry this on as far as you wanted to, or you could go all the way around, of course, as well. There's so many different options, but I love how this looks. I might even just have my ornaments at the bottom there. I mean, I love how that idea looks. So you can just choose how you want it. And then when you're done, hanging wise, I bought some black ribbon, or this actually is out my stash. It's super old Stampin' Up ribbon. And I'm gonna cut a nice long length like this. And I'm going to go around here, and I'm going to leave myself a bit of a hanging amount, so that kind of amount. Put a knot in it wherever I want it to stay, so that's got me a nice little hanger up here. And then I'm going to tie a nice big bow. And obviously just kind of finesse how you want it to look. If you want one of those really big puffy ones, you could do that. You could even buy a pre-done bow, like whatever you want, whatever fits with your theme. Like so, and then you could leave the tails long or not. I'm going to hang this up and then decide on my tail. So I actually have a wreath hanger here in the studio, so I'll show you exactly how I do it. Tighten my bow up how I want it. And I might just put a drop of glue behind where I want my bow to sit so that I know it's going to sit exactly where I want it, like this. And then over here in the back we have this wreath hanger. You may notice we often have full up here or other wreaths that I've made. And so I like to put it up. Well, make sure our glue on our bow is dry so it can take the weight. And I'm going to hang it up like this. How cute's that? And grab my scissors. Now, if you've ever wondered how do you cut the perfect bow, I'm going to show you how you do this. So you want to make sure it's exactly how you like it. And then just fold it in half and cut at an angle. And that gives you that perfect V in there too. I'm going to do that. And that. And there is our finished wreath. So super, super simple. I hope you're enjoying the installments of Handmade Holidays. Don't forget to, of course, hit subscribe, ring the bell, all of those fun things. Links for anything I've used that's available to you in the description below. But most of the supplies are big box store. But I'll link up the glue gun, the tree cookies, the scissors, you know, all of that fun stuff that you may or may not have around your craft room. And you saw how easy that glue came off my scissors. So they are perfect. Now I'll see you again very, very soon for another installment of Handmade Holidays. And if not, otherwise I'll see you tomorrow with a tip, trick, tutorial, or maybe something a little bit different. I'll see you then. Happy crafting. Bye.